As for high school football, the Bulls Bulldogs next stop is the state semifinals, where they'll travel to Miami Norland to battle the Vikings after their victory over Bishop Moore Friday night 34-14. It's 56 degrees at 9:58. Time and Temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Look, the saber-tooth tiger is live and well, and I'm trying to tell you right now, they done pissed off the wrong quarterback. T-Law been to show the new rookie that his time is not yet.
Trevor drops, looks, fires back in the end zone, caught for the touchdown! Touchdown in the back of the end zone to Calvin Ridley, and Jacksonville has taken the lead. How good is that? Under center is Trevor. Quarterback sneaky, extended the ball into the end zone, touchdown! A 1-yard touchdown run by Trevor Lawrence, and Jacksonville extends the lead in NRG Stadium. Johnson puts it down, there's the kick. The 58-yard field goal it hits the crossbar, it is no good! It hit the crossbar and came back! The field goal is no good! And the Jags take over. It'll take a knee one time.
Must win, baby. Came down to H-Town, handle business. Duval.
You battle for 60 minutes. We talk about this all week, and it seems like it comes down to this, you know. And listen, that's a good football team, man. That's a really good football team. Okay, you come on the road, you take care of business. We said last night in that team meeting, this is a blue-collar team. You just come to work, man, and it doesn't matter. Right? When the plays come, you make them. And look, it's what I hear. It's gritty, not pretty. It doesn't have. Hey. Get back on this plane. Let's get ready to go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, David Garrard, and
hold my pocket,
Dylan Denmark.
All right, let's see if we can channel a little Doug Peterson. 1, 2, 3.
Duval!
Oh, yeah. Yes, Victory Monday, baby. Tony, have you seen David Garrard walk with this much swag since his playing days?
No.
Holy smokes, man. What got into you? Take a week off more often, huh?
Yes, sir.
Hope you had a good Thanksgiving.
We did.
That's all the recap we need, all right?
Yes, sir.
Because we got a lot to get into. Tony, Dylan, hope you guys had good Thanksgivings as well. And I did, so I hope that's the case for everybody. We had a great one yesterday, just buzzing, still feeling fantastic, man. This was an important football game for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Pockets, why don't you get that 10-10 take ready, because we're going to get that thing out of the way quick, because we're going to get a lot of reaction today. So fire that one up.
10-10
take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 take. Brought to you by J&M Roofing Jacksonville, your storm restoration specialists.
I just want to start with this little nugget. Think about this, how far you have come as an organization, as a fan base, as a team that you support. The Jacksonville Jaguars are now apparently the team that the NFL wants the referees to make sure that they win football games. Is this not the most beautiful thing that you are destroying the psyche of fan bases around the National Football League? They can't figure out any other way that you're doing what you're doing, that you're 8-3 right now. Did some calls go against the Texans yesterday? Hell yes. Did some calls go against the Jags? Hell yes. Do I think that they decided we'll take a top 5 market and make them lose to this little tiny market over here in Northeast Florida? Hell no. But, man, the Texans fans have convinced themselves, Tony and David and Dylan. It's just too rich for words that we have come to this point. It's almost like the Jags have come full circle.
Yeah, it's funny to me, DG. Like there's an opportunity coming out of that game yesterday to look at it and say, guys, we get to watch these two go head-to-head for 10 years. How much fun is this going to be? We get to watch Trevor Lawrence and C.J. Stroud. They're both good players. They're both still ascending players in the league at the premier position in sports, and they're going to be going head-to-head twice a year for 10 years, and instead it's, they did the Houston Texans wrong. It's wild to me that would be the take coming out of that game, as opposed to, look at what we get the opportunity to watch. That was fun to watch yesterday. Those two guys go head-to-head, and instead they're going to make it about the officials and who got done wrong and these kind of different things. To me, all those takes that you're hearing, whether that be in Houston, I get it out of Houston. I don't get it from the national guys. The national guys that are pushing that, pathetic, right? Like, you're supposed to be talking about the sport, the league, where we're at. Pathetic that y'all can't recognize what's happening in the AFC South and appreciate it.
You know, when you come out of the pits of the NFL hell after the last, 10 so years, it is a beautiful thing to see people say, well, they're trying to help them win now. We can't just have a great quarterback, great head coach, a lot of great weapons, we can't have those things. Why can't we have those things? Everybody else has been having them since I've been alive. Why can't we have them? So I don't want to hear anything from national media. I don't care who it is. And I know the guys in that locker room don't care about what anybody says about them, their team, and what they're doing. Because they're just winning ball games, and that's what it matters.
Wear it as a badge of honor. And honestly, that's about all I want to say about the officiating today, because that's a topic for the losers.
Yes.
Right? And that ain't the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm sorry, that's just the way it goes. And, here's one on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. This game was precisely why winning is all that matters. If we give up the lead late, all you'd be hearing about on the show today would be bad coaching. I'd have taken the points prior to halftime, to be honest, says this person. So would I, by the way. Awful officiating and our short yardage woes. Instead, that's Houston today, and we're atop the division, LFG. Okay? Yes, to a lot of that. That doesn't mean I'm not concerned about short yardage woes.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean look, we were saying it at the time as it was occurring, the decision was being made. Obviously, we're not on the air at that moment, but take the field goal, make it a 9-point game. You get the ball to kick off the second half. I get the desire, Dave, to drive a stake through their heart, but you're only looking at the best case scenario. Yeah, we could go for 14 points unanswered. You could, or you could fail to get any points, and then you could turn it over because the ref blew a call, and all of a sudden you find yourself trailing quickly in the second half.
I think what we've seen, David, is a team that in the first half of last season, it's not like Doug Peterson coached it any different in the back half than he did in the first half as far as his willingness to be aggressive. We talked about it through the first half of last season, though. Your coach believes in you. Pay it off for him. At some point, you have to pay off that confidence. And no, they didn't get the half yard at the end of the half yesterday, but they paid it off in the second half and won the football game, right? Like, the confidence of their coach, I think it goes beyond one play, one moment in these football games. They are carrying it beyond those things. They're playing like a really confident football team, and that bleeds from the head coach down.
You hit it on the head, because that's exactly what I was going to say. That is who he is. He is not going to change and adjust for any other thing. He is going to be the same aggressive coach because he knows he has the guys to back it. And when they don't back it, they'll get it at some other point in the game. So I love it. I know the team loves it. It's because they give him, or he gives them, that confidence in, hey, guys, if we get down here, we know our coach is going to take shots for us to get in the end zone. And if we don't get it, we got to get it at some point. Maybe starting second half.
And that's great. And it worked out. Look, and I'm not furious. But it doesn't mean I wouldn't have done something different or wish he had done something different.
Sure.
And again, at the same time, I said it on the post game yesterday, if you're expecting it to change, maybe there'll be an occasion where he thinks
he might
better
do
of
something
it.
different.
There might be some time, but for the most part, Doug Peterson's going to be hyper aggressive and go for it and try to break your back. And you love it when it works. And I said sometimes it's like situational ethics, right? Sometimes you feel like it's the right decision if it worked, right? And you know what? And the outcome is determined. And people say, no, it's either the right decision or the wrong decision. Well,
because I think if we were in that same scenario and it was the 49ers, I think he would probably have gotten some points because we're like, it's a battle here. They are some dogs and we're able to push the lead a little bit. So it might have been a little different just depending on how the game is and the team you're playing. But that's him. He still may have been, I don't care. We're going for it. We're going to put the hammer down on the Niners or whoever else we're playing, which is still great because you want your team to know that when your coach is dialing up plays and you get in a certain situation, we're not trotting off the field on the 45-yard line because he's going to punt the ball. We only need 2 or 3 yards. He is going for it, and that jazzes them up, and it gets them going. That's what you want. That's a team you want.
No doubt. You've got a quarterback that you believe in is going to make more of those plays than not in that circumstance. We then debate the play call as well. You got Travis Etienne, they already say, has a chest injury. I don't know, is that ribs? Is that like a bruised sternum? We have no idea.
Yeah.
And you pitch it to him wide from 1 foot away from the goal line, and then he turns sideways almost as to avoid the head-on contact. I'm not calling him soft. Trust me, I'm not.
I think he was trying to cut.
Maybe he was,
and the defender
right?
made a good play and kind of stepped in.
And it may have been the case, but once you pitch that thing wide, all those guys have that extra millisecond to rally to the football, and that's what happened. And this is not a good short yardage team, right? There are
That's why they're trying to figure out ways to do it other than just pound it up the middle.
Exactly. But when you are not that efficient, like if you're Philadelphia, go for it there, right? You're going to get it 19 out of 20 times, maybe a higher percentage of the time. And if you get stuff doing the tush push, you'll live with it because it's been successful so many times. But, man, anyway, I don't want to beat that up because the Jags won. We should be celebrating Trevor Lawrence's performance. We should be celebrating Josh Allen closing that game out with Trayvon Walker and pushing that field goal kicker back just an inch beyond his range. And in the process, Josh Allen moving into second all-time on the Jaguars sack list with 2.5 yesterday. He was our Jaguar Radio Network player of the game. Fantastic. We should be celebrating Calvin Ridley. Big drop, and he came back. He didn't pout. He said it afterwards. I'm never out of the game. Keep coming to me. Huge third quarter for him in this football game. I mean, just so many things to celebrate.
Like the Calvin drop is the play that I highlight in my mind when I hear people saying Stroud outplayed Lawrence yesterday. Oh, the Lawrence that would have been in the discussion for the second week in a row for Offensive Player of the Week in the league if Calvin Ridley holds on to the ball.
Quite possible, right?
Right, like that
talking
guy.
About 400 yards, another touchdown.
That's the guy that Stroud outplayed. What are y'all watching? Like Stroud played well yesterday. Lawrence played better.
Yes.
Like why
give him his credit.
Right, like it's ridiculous to me.
Hey, you know what? It's fine. Let him keep saying it, right? In the end, even if the Jags win the Super Bowl and they want to go, but let them say it. You got the hardware, man. You got the win.
Yep.
You're in first place. Oh, by the way, Houston, how's it feel to be looking up at Indianapolis and out of the playoffs right now? That's where they sit. That's the margin right now. If the Jags had lost this game, they would have been in the playoff picture, to be sure. But it would have been a whole different feeling about, is this thing slipping away? A little bit of that right now. Instead, you're 8-3, and you're the guys on the drill all morning. Are we going to lose another game? I don't know if we are. Maybe we won't. I don't know. I feel pretty good about our chances against the Jake Browning-led Cincinnati Bengals.
Certainly.
Monday Night Football is coming to Duval, baby, and we are in first place. Are you freaking kidding me? And for about, I don't know how long it was, an hour and a half, couple hours, first place in the AFC yesterday as Kansas City's game was not finished. Baltimore wins last night. That's all right. You know what? Good teams out there. Take care of your business. Go beat Cincinnati. We'll worry about Baltimore when they come here on Sunday Night Football in 3 weeks. Worry about Cleveland before that. Whatever. Let's just focus on enjoy it today. Focus on the Bengals tomorrow, and let's get the job done. So, Jaguar fandom. What do you want to say about this performance by your Jacksonville Jaguars getting the road dub undefeated on the road this year?
Love it.
Unbelievable, Dave. And that, 2 games in London, 1 officially a home game. So no matter where they've traveled outside Everbank Stadium, put it this way. I want home games in the playoffs, but it gives you great confidence.
Absolutely.
That they are preparing themselves if they do need to go into a hostile environment to be able to deal with that. So today, 641-1010 on the All-Pro Roofing phone lines or on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You can hit us up there. Hit us up on social media at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, at David Garrard 9, and at 1010XL Denmark.
Hold my pocket.
Pockets. Big one, a big tight one between Pockets, Tony, and D-Rock heading into Monday Night Football for the Breakfast Bowl. That's all I'll say about it today because we got other fish to fry, baby. We've got the Jags in first place, so let's talk about it. The Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day, as it is every Monday. What's your reaction to the Jags' most recent performance? This one, a 24-21 win, giving the Jags a split with the Texans, but a better divisional record and the head-to-head tiebreaker if it comes down to that later on in the season. Don't think it will, but just in case, it's nice to know you've got it, at least for now. Got to continue to take care of business. So let's get underway and recap and celebrate a Victory Monday here with Tony Smith, David Garrard, and Dylan Denmark. I'm Mike Dempsey. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Ratify Credit Union, your neighborhood credit union.
From the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute studios.
A long drive on the golf course is a beautiful sight, but it can't win a football game.
Find out what we're made of right now. Let's go.
Listen for the Tire Outlet Drive of the Game.
We gotta get fixed.
On 1010XL. Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Did you know the 2023 Honda CR-V Hybrid never needs to be plugged in? The onboard system charges the batteries for you. When you think Honda, think hybrid. Good for the environment, great for your budget. Visit your local Honda dealer to experience the CR-V of the future today.
Football season means time on the couch and plenty of big games on the TV. Well, Florida Home AC knows you might be hitting the thermostat every time your team goes for the win. With family and friends hanging out for 4 quarters or more, the heating and AC unit will be working overtime. Stay cool with Florida Home AC. A simple phone call to 777-4300 and make sure your unit is primed for the fall when temps change constantly. Order a tune-up and enjoy the season. Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Bank in the 2023 Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards, and it's easy to see why. I go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the new Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Come on, admit it. Almost everyone you know seems to be playing pickleball now, right? So whether you just want to learn how to play or you're ready to show off your elite pickleball skills, the Y is the place for you. Visit our brand new McGuire Family Pickleball Center at the Brown Family YMCA in Ponte Vedra Beach. 5 top quality outdoor courts and 3 amazing indoor courts where you can learn about dinks, dill ball, falafel, the kitchen, and more pickleball slang at the Y.
For your chance to win a $500 gift certificate from Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center, text the word SPARKLE to the 1010XL text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010.
The best time of the year for blue crabs right now at the Blue Crab Crab House. They've been open since 1996, and they are a staple here in Duval. Sundays, you have the Bloody Mary specials. Mimosas as well, $2.50 noon until 5 o'clock. Of course, each and every Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oysters. Right off of San Jose on Jewington Creek Road, it is the Blue Crab Crab House.
Universal Roof and Contracting presents the Offensive Player of the Game. Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal.
Trevor Lawrence put on a masterclass against Houston. The 6'6" QB finished the contest going 23 of 38 for 364 yards and recorded 1 passing touchdown versus the Texans. The young phenom continues to show he's not just good, but he's like the soup. Good. Trevor Lawrence is your Universal Roof and Contracting offensive player of the game.
These fall months are the perfect time to make sure that your roof has not been damaged after the storm season. So schedule a complimentary roof inspection with Universal Roof and Contracting. And right now, get 15% off your roof replacement and repairs. Plus, there's flexible financing options available. This offer expires November 30th and restrictions apply. Universal Roof and Contracting, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. A psoriasis flare-up can make a walk in the park, well, no walk in the park.
It's that obvious, huh? I've tried so many lotions and creams, but I still have symptoms.
So those don't do enough to treat the inflammation beneath the skin, leaving you with those uncontrolled symptoms.
Makes sense, but what else can I do?
You can get real with your dermatologist so they can help you get clear. Make an appointment and, you're already on it.
Hi, yes, I'd like to make an appointment.
Get real clear about psoriasis at letsgetrealclear.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Discover the difference that local expertise makes at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Visit their showroom at the Avenues and browse high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness. at First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Let me share an Awaken 180 secret with you. My coach, Krista, isn't just a coach. She's a personal cheerleader. Every week she tosses me a fun challenge. Sometimes it's whipping up a recipe from my go-to foods. Other times it's a video to hurdle over a mental block. But last week, she hit the jackpot by saying, Matt, just enjoy Thanksgiving with your family. She gave me tips to help navigate the holiday, but didn't lose focus of why I ultimately called Awaken 180, to be there for my family. And I still lost weight. That's the beauty of Awaken 180. It seamlessly fits into your life, even during holidays, parties, vacations, you name it. It's the reason Awaken 180 has become America's go-to for weight loss. I dropped double digits in my first week, and I'm closing in on 20 pounds. Do what I did and call Awaken 180 at 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Get down to your ideal weight fast and safely with Awaken 180 and keep it off with free lifetime support. No supplements, suppressants, or medications.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All I do is win, 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 no matter
Not just Monday, David Garrard Monday on 1010XL. Brought to you by your local Napa Auto Care Centers.
and they stay there.
DG makes up for Jeff Logan's lack of dancing. He dances enough for both of them every time, man. At least when the Jags win.
When you feel it, man, you just got to let it out.
You did. You came in here bouncing man, this morning and talking all that talk, too. Fantastic. I love it, man.
I'm waiting for somebody to say something to me.
What you got to say? What you got to say? Nothing. Okay. Somebody asked this before we get to the phone calls this morning. I want to go over a couple more quick points. Did Calvin Ridley run the same route on his 2-point conversion that he did on the touchdown? They're very similar. Okay, on the touchdown, he's got single coverage, got the defender, and he cuts like he's going to run to the corner, and then he just goes around the guy's body, and he had him like in the spin cycle, right?
Yeah.
So on the 2-pointer, he went right at him and stutter stepped him. And I don't know if the guy's thinking, he's going outside this time or what, but this time he cut underneath him. And it's very similar. I mean, the result's exactly the same. He's wide open going across the middle, but just a little bit similar. You know, the first time he went around the body, second time he stutter stepped him and went underneath.
So they're different routes because if you're running a deep in, like in the back of the end zone, you're never going to cross in front of the guy's face because there's timing. If it's a slant type route, you got to cross his face because I might be letting the ball out as soon as you do it. And if you go behind him, it allows him to now jump in front of that slant. But if it's like a back of the end zone in type route or maybe a post type route, then you have to make sure you get around him. You can even get inside on a post, but you got to stem back up and then break in. It's just they both look the same, but
they end up looking the same.
They end up looking the same.
But
the thing was, the DB was probably thinking, well, there's no way he can run the same route on me. So he's thinking now he's probably going to be more outside and run something outside, and he didn't. And that kills him because he's like, it's just chess match.
Yeah.
Give him an indication that I might be going outside, and he's like, oh, this second one, he's definitely going outside. Oh, damn, he went back inside.
Yep, and it happens that quick.
Yeah.
And all this is happening in under 3 seconds.
Yes,
right?
and you see how fast the QB gets the ball out and all that kind of stuff and puts it in a great spot. Whenever you throw it in the back of the end zone, you want your receivers to make sure they go up for the ball above their head. Don't throw it head, shoulders. That's not how you throw it down. There's a lot of guys underneath.
A couple people have mentioned Doug Peterson in terms of who he is as an aggressive play caller, and that he mentioned in his book how, when Doug Marrone sat on the ball at the end of the first half in the AFC title game in the playoffs, he wouldn't have done that. I think these are different circumstances you're talking about, though. This is a question of, do I trust my quarterback with a half a minute left to get us into field goal position compared to, this is an automatic 3 points. They're in Brandon McManus is not going to miss from 19 yards. He's just not. And I was honestly surprised he missed from 55 yesterday, the kind of season that he's having. But regardless, right? And so I think they're slightly different. It's one thing to go, okay, what's the percentage, that like I trust Trevor, I'm deep, or in that case you would have had to trust Bortles being able to drive you down into field goal position, whatever. I get it. And I understand in that circumstance he would have been aggressive. That doesn't mean you have to go for it every single time in the circumstance we're in yesterday. Again, I'm not trying to beat him up. I'm happy. Jags won. Somebody said, hey, man, Jags won by 30 or 3. It shouldn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean we can't discuss, I might have done this different. I might have done that
You're just
different.
looking at something might pop up later on.
That's all it is, right?
Well, when it pops up later on, they're going to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like,
More
and
than
that's
likely.
the thought when he got ruled out of bounds at the half-yard line with 1 second to play. I was like, it's not even a thought.
Yeah, I
with
knew
Doug
he was
Peters,
going for
he's
it.
not even thinking about the field goal. It's not even in his head, right? Like he is go the entire, and he said it after the game. Nah, never even thought about it. We're going.
So many things could have happened. I mean, I'm sorry, Dave.
I get it.
Like Kirk could have, the clock, one more second.
I know.
And we
I'm
don't even
like-
get the chance,
Yeah.
and then we're like, oh, Christian. Like,
Yeah.
what do you do in
Well,
that
yeah.
circumstance?
Yeah, and it's so tough. But on that play where he catches great ball, great pass, gets down into the one, and you're like, okay, and we've got to go for it. Like, if you trot your kicker out there, I'm telling you, the guys will be like, what the hell are we doing?
But, they said there was a little bit of deflation in the second half in the locker room there,
Because you're always going to be deflated if you don't get it, but you still want your coach to go for it. You're going to feel a little deflated because you didn't get it in there, but you're not deflated because he didn't.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I get it. Look, either way, it all worked out in the end. There are going to be mistakes along the way. And you know what? Is it a mistake? That's even debatable.
Yeah.
It's just something I wouldn't have done. That doesn't make it wrong. Whatever, right?
Yeah.
Jags won. They're 8-3. They're in first place. We
Right.
love it.
I can accept that the vast majority of people are more conservative than Doug Peterson in that
Yeah.
situation, right? Like, I can just accept that as a fact. I would have kicked it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if I was in the situation, I would have kicked it, taken the 3 points. We're getting the ball coming out of halftime. I'm with it, right? Like, I'm on the same side of that as far as what I would have done. I never expected Doug Peterson to make a decision other than the one he made. I think the play call, that's a different discussion, right? Like down there, that moment, they're not a good short yardage team. Try to find a way to get it done, which is something they're going to need down the stretch, especially once they get into the playoffs. But as far as I can accept that coach is going to make that decision, I'm already there, right? Like I am comfortable with him making that call because I know that's the call he's going to make every single time.
Even
and he's
if
so successful.
Even if you don't want to make that call, you're like, but I'm still good. I know he's going to make it, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think more often than not, fans want you to be aggressive. But I just think in that particular circumstance, man, knowing you're going to get the ball, this can make it a 2-score game.
Yeah.
And you would have, and it changes once you get down to the one, but your goal was, let's see if we can get 3 out of this.
And I'm sure if it was an L on the board, we probably would be talking
no
about
question.
it more angrily than.
Because the outcome does matter.
Yes.
It does matter, and it's easy to say, hey, it shouldn't matter and all that. But in reality, man, if we're sitting here today and if that field goal goes across the crossbar and we lose in overtime, then we are gonna feel differently about it today. I can disagree, but let it go much easier when you win. It worked out, even if it didn't work out perfectly, even if it put you in a little bit more jeopardy, you overcame it, you showed trust in your players, and they paid that trust
I'm
off.
feeling it today, Dave. I feel like if he had made the field goal, Trevor Lawrence would have scored in the last 20 seconds, and they still would have won the game. That's how I'm feeling.
I'm with you.
Maybe they would have, right? Maybe they would have. All right, let's get out to the lines for the first time today on a Reaction Monday, a Jaguars Victory Monday here at 641-1010 on the All-Pro Roofing phone lines. Tom in St. Augustine going to lead things off. What's up, Tom?
How you doing, guys? I'm thrilled. I've been a season ticket holder since day one. Wanted to thank David Garrard for that fantastic victory in Pittsburgh many years ago. That was wonderful. But my question is, how many times in the modern era has it happened where a team went undefeated away?
Well, I mean, the Patriots obviously did it, right? I don't know. That's a good question. I would imagine probably more than you think because there have been some, one-loss teams, and I don't know where those L's all transpired. Probably some of them came on the road. I don't know.
I think it's really a super positive thing. I know it's, you just want to win ball games, doesn't matter, and you want to win at home for sure because that's the ones we get to go see. But when your team can go into hostile territories and pull out wins, regardless of how they get them, That's huge because, normally when you go into the playoffs, for us, we've had to go on the road a lot. That's a good thing when you know that you're, road-tested, battle-worthy, all those cliches, So I think that's a really, really positive thing for this team.
No doubt about it. Let's go to Gainesville. Tony is next up here on Jaguars Today. Good morning, Tony.
How y'all doing, man? Thanks for having me.
We're doing great. What's on your mind?
Okay, I think I have a two-part question real quick, and it's on the offense and defense. On the offense, I want to know which line in the short sample that we have that you think is better, Robinson, Little, or Cleveland and Little. That's on the offense.
Okay.
And on the defense, I want to know, do you honestly think that we have enough on the interior defensive line to make that late season push? Like realistically, and I'll take my question off the line.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate it. I think too small a sample size.
It's way too small, yeah.
Right, but my guess is if you don't have Cam Robinson, and we don't know, it doesn't look good, right? I mean, the emotional reaction he had on the sideline seemed like a guy who knew this wasn't going to be great, right? Great outcome. And hope for the best for Cam, but, being realistic, might have to soldier on without him. I think they'd miss the edge he brings to the offensive line, right? He is the edgiest guy. He's the quickest to defend his guy. He's the emotional tone setter a little bit. So I think they're best when they've got all their guys available to them. And then they, being the coaching staff who's around them every day, week after week,
watching film,
knows the best right. I trust them to put the best combination or to find the best combination. They've experimented with a couple, but so I would say whatever group has Cam Robinson as a part of it would be the better
That's
option
what I would say.
for me. Okay. Now, do they have enough on the interior of the defensive line? Here's my big mystery. What's up with Devon Hamilton? Okay. Second week in a row, and the storyline, the company line is they're trying to let him get his strength back. Did you not know if he had his strength back when he played a couple of games ago? I don't. He hasn't played the last few games. He's not listed as having an injury. I don't know what to expect if we're going to be able to count on anything out of Devon Hamilton here.
I thought yesterday, Josh Allen winds up with the 2.5 sacks, right? I thought Josh Allen, from the opening gun of the game yesterday, was harassing the offensive backfield from the jump. That guy was back there all day long, and they finally got other players winning. Late in that game, somebody else would win up front, and now Josh Allen's having that monster day, that everyone's talking about. But I thought from the beginning of that game, Josh Allen was playing well enough to affect the outcome of that game, and they weren't getting enough push on the interior for his level of play to show up. It felt like another one of those games where it's like, is this really going to end? And we're going to have to come on tomorrow, and people are like, where is Josh Allen?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, he was in the backfield 8 times, right? It felt like one of those days again, and good for him that it paid off. But I do, looking down the line, I don't know, what the answer to that is. Do they have the good enough interior part of that defensive line? It was good enough in the third and fourth quarter yesterday.
It's great against the run.
Right.
Great against the run.
They are fantastic against the run, which is why the matchup against Baltimore is going to be fascinating, because that's what Baltimore wants to do. They want to run it at you.
See, but that's the thing, right? They're great against the running backs, right? C.J. Stroud hurt him yesterday, scrambling around, extending plays, 6 carries for 47 yards. Lamar Jackson's not a normal running game, right? And I'm not worried about Justice Hill. I'm not worried about Gus Edwards or Keaton Mitchell. I mean, they're all players that are good, and they can hurt you in any given week. But Devin Singletary came in off back-to-back 100-yard games, had 6 for 18. Damian Pierce had 5 for 14 yesterday. 3 yards a carry, 2.8 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Stroud's the one that hurt him. So you're probably right. We're probably not going to get this great interior pass rush out of this team. The question is, do we have enough altogether to get the job done? I hope the answer is yes, and I hope Devon Hamilton's a part of it. I think that is the guy or the thing that gives you the best chance to improve that area.
I think Josh Allen is good enough to change a game. And
he
he's
did it
playing at
yesterday.
that kind of level.
He did it yesterday.
And we're more effective than I think it appears at times. We're way more effective. And like you said, Josh Allen was back there, and Trayvon was trying to get in there late and try to help out. And I was excited to see how much we pressured C.J. Stroud.
I was too.
Yeah.
But I was not as excited to see how many times he escaped and continued to
And
make plays.
that's okay, because when you're a decent athletic quarterback, you're going to do that if you're smart. That's why we've been saying, Trevor, you've got to do some of those same things. And he's starting to do it now, and we're getting real excited about it.
There was still one yesterday that I think it was 2nd and like 7, right?
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
late in the game
Yep.
that maybe can take off
I
and
know.
get 5 or maybe even,
He's still a gunslinger, though,
as
man.
Baselli said, even that's one you don't even want him to slide. That's one game's on the line, go get it.
Absolutely.
Go get it. And then he threw that deep ball to Zay. I saw McManus kind of question that. I get it. If you hit it, it's great. And that's Doug Peterson, and I get Press Taylor's your play caller, but Doug is enabling this mindset. This is not happening without the approval.
He's saying stuff. It's not like he's quiet out there on the sideline. He's saying stuff, and they can hear it.
Take a shot. Yes.
There you go.
All right. Let's take a break and come back with more of your reaction on a very happy Victory Monday here. Reaction Monday, 641-1010 on the All Pro Roofing phone lines. Jags win. First place. Looking at some home playoff games, perhaps. But for now, just another victory out of 11 games. They've won 8 and lost only 3. 2-game winning streak, 4-1 in the division. Smited the Texans. A lot of good reasons to feel fantastic today. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, David Garrard, and Dylan Denmark here with you. It's Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey for Tire Outlet, inviting you to ride in style. Get a brand new set of tires from Tire Outlet because they simply offer the best selection, best quality, and, yes, the best prices. So you're going to find the best tires for your vehicle. With over 40 years of experience, 14 locations around the First Coast, and over 300,000 tires in their local inventory, Tire Outlet's the brand you can trust, not only with your vehicle's tires, but a whole lot more. So hurry in, get great deals with the legendary price match guarantee on every new set of tires, and take advantage of their expert technicians ready to do the maintenance and repairs that can keep your vehicle performing at its best. That's Tire Outlet, where you always get wholesale prices and premium service.
Jaguars Today Monday on 1010XL
Is brought to you by
Ratify Credit Union, your neighborhood credit union from the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Studios. 1. Frangie and Hicken on Mondays. 2. Denny Thompson and Hacker on Wednesdays.
Who's counting?
1010XL now has 2 original Gator podcasts each week.
One for you and one for me.
Search 1010XL Florida Gators wherever you find podcasts or visit 1010XL.com.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally here. Beaver's annual Black Friday silent sale. Every car on the lot will be discounted so low, we can't even show the prices on TV. Doors open at 6 a.m. Friday. First come, first served. And once they're gone, it's over. Plus, anyone who buys between 6 and 9 a.m. will get a big screen TV and $1,000 cash. Want more? We're giving away free oil changes between 6 and 9 a.m. The Black Friday silent sale only at Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet. You don't want to miss this.
Ackerman Urology's new World Golf Village location is now open, just off I-95 on International Golf Parkway. Visit the experts at Ackerman for all your prostate and urological concerns. AckermanUrology.com.
Do you have a septic tank at your home or business? You know the EPA recommends that your septic tank should be pumped out every 3 years, right? What about your drain field? Is it performing properly? Maybe it's time for a full septic system inspection. We're Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic Services, and we would love to help you with all of your septic needs. Give us a ring to get service scheduled ahead of the holidays. 904-862-6769. That's 904-862-6769. Or duckduckrooter.com.
It's a popular gift idea, perfect for your home or work environment. Mystic Cornhole Company builds custom, high-quality boards right here in Jacks. Visit their shop on Parental Home Road or check out some designs at mysticcornholecompany.com.
Fish are good at hiding. Captain Kevin can help you find them.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Find more fish on the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show.
Thursday nights at 6.
Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss on 1010XL AM.
The holidays provide a good reminder to ensure your vehicle is well maintained for safe and reliable travels. So in the spirit of giving, Famous Automotive and Tire is offering a buy 3, get 1 free promotion on all size tires and brands. All new tire sizes and brands, buy 3, get 1 free. This holiday sale also applies to all shocks and struts. Visit the shop for details and get your vehicle holiday ready at Famous Automotive and Tire. 7 locations servicing every customer like they're famous.
Visionaries, builders, and doers. Are you ready to change the world? Miller Electric is your opportunity to shape the future. Miller Electric is leading the charge in electric vehicle technology with our state-of-the-art EV Innovation Design Center. We're working to create a sustainable future. We're also the proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars, powering their performance at the brand new Miller Electric Center. Miller Electric, we provide competitive pay, unbeatable benefits. Apply today. MillerCareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
No dental insurance? No problem. Introducing the Care Plus program from the dental offices of Dr. James McCall. For only $625 per year, you will receive 2 cleanings and dental exams, a full set of x-rays, plus 1 emergency dental exam and x-ray. You'll also receive a 20% discount on all other services offered. Kids 12 and under will receive the same program for only $525. Call Dr. McCall today at 620-9225.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season finally upon us, and with that comes cooler weather. If you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business, so give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Time now for a medical recap. A health and wellness tip from Jaguars head team physician Dr. Kevin Kaplan.
Establishing a regular sleeping pattern is crucial for your well-being. This includes going to bed at roughly the same time every night and waking up around the same time every morning. You may even consider turning off all electronic devices an hour before bedtime. Ever wonder why you can't fall asleep after staring at your phone right before bed? Studies show that the light from your phone actually decreases melatonin production, therefore causing disruptions to your sleep throughout the night. Get some rest before the big game. Go Jags.
If your lawn is not as green as you'd like, it's time to go orange by calling Orange Environmental Services, Jacksonville's highest quality pest control for over 45 years. Frank Frangie here. I've trusted Orange Environmental to take care of our home's pest control needs for years. With the Orange Shield Protection Plan for your home or office, you can relax knowing Orange Environmental will handle pest control, termite control, and mosquito control. Orange Environmental has been giving Northeast Florida peace of mind from bug problems since 1972. Call them today at 272-3284.
Why live with foot or ankle pain? If you have persistent pain, numbness, tingling, burning pain on the bottom of your foot, or swelling that doesn't improve with home treatment, it may be time to see Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute. Our foot and ankle specialists have innovative new options to help you get back in the swing of things without persistent pain that slows you down. Call JOI 2000 or go to joionline.net for an appointment.
Post Game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
The Jags go back-to-back in big divisional games after defeating the Texans 24-21 yesterday. The offense is firing on all cylinders, but QB Trevor Lawrence knows there is still room for improvement.
We're getting better every week. It's coming along with not just Calvin, but the whole offense. We're getting better. We're being more explosive, kind of moving the ball at will. We're doing a lot of great things. We got to play cleaner. Too many mistakes, too many dumb penalties, too many missed opportunities still, even with all the things that we did well. It's a lot easier, like I said, to get better and coach off a win, though. It's a lot more fun anyways. So we know what we got to do. We got to continue to get better. It's a week-to-week business. We got to bring the same juice next week and play well.
Trevor Lawrence, visit Jaguars.com for more. I'm Molly McDonald with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars Update.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Up out of there.
Ain't nothing but against the party.
David Garrard on Jaguars Today is brought to you by your local Napa Auto Care Centers on 1010XL.
He's at it again.
Can't play the bangers like that.
Victory Monday, baby. It brings out the best or whatever in all of us. Right? If
they can judge. They get to judge.
You're okay.
Okay.
I'm just over here like.
At least you're
Am I
nodding
in
on
rhythm?
beat. At least you're on the beat.
Am I in rhythm? I don't know. Am I? It's hard to tell. In my head, I am.
Okay.
So that's all.
That's all that matters.
You know, dance as if no one's watching. Okay, that's what they tell you. All right, 641-1010. Jaguars win it 24-21. First place. Texans fans sad, mouthy. That's fantastic. I love it, man. You know, Jags becoming like the team and fan base that everybody hates.
Yeah.
And nothing more beautiful than
Love
that.
it. Love it.
Better than being inconsequential and not thought about, right? Let them hate us.
We've been there before.
You know what? You're going to get some bandwagon fans because that always happens.
Yep.
You know, they're the cool new thing. And you're also going to get the people, these guys, who do they think they are? So.
Yeah. We spent so many years just hoping they'd be alive in all the playoff graphics this time of year.
Right.
Now they're atop all the playoff graphics.
Tony, usually we're breaking down like strength of schedule, strength of victory to see if we can get the 2 pick instead of the 3.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's like, well, let's see, we got a better strength of victory than the Miami Dolphins, so we're now the 3 seed instead of the 4. It's like the complete opposite end of this. We're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
We're looking at tiebreakers. We're just doing it for completely different reasons.
We just wanted to see when they put up the hunt, maybe we might slide in there somewhere.
Others receiving votes.
Yeah, that's where
the spectrum. Yeah,
we wouldn't even be there some years.
Like mathematically alive was the best we could hope for in a lot of cases as December beckons. But no, the question is, can the Jags make a push for home field throughout in the AFC playoffs? And they can. Will they? Hey, stay tuned, right? Let's get out to it. 641-1010. Let's go to Nathan in Jacksonville Beach next up on a Reaction Monday. What's up, Nathan?
Hey, happy Victory Monday. See a lot of Texans fans upset about the officiating in the game. I know the officials gave us that one kind of makeup call after they missed that holding. But I feel like they gave us some more ticky-tack fouls that kind of were over the top. What do you guys think?
Yeah, look, I think it's great that the Jags can finally sit there and go, hey, you know what? We're getting a few calls now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's any conspiracy or anything like that.
No.
Dylan retweeted this yesterday before the game, and I wish I'd seen it. It would have made me sound so much smarter on the pregame show. Okay, this is from Warren Sharp Football. They do analytics and, you know, statistical analysis and all this stuff. And so apparently they do a column on refs' impact on the games based on referees' tendencies, teams' tendencies. So going into this game yesterday, the Texans' defense had committed the second most pass interference penalties in the league. The Jaguars' offense had drawn the most pass interference penalties in the league, and the head referee, Clay Martin, had ranked in the top 5 in defensive pass interference penalties called in 3 of the last 5 years. Are you surprised that the Texans got called for 3 pass interferences and a holding yesterday? No. Looking at that, you shouldn't be.
And we led in getting pass interference calls.
Yes, number 1.
Yes.
Number 1 team drawing pass interference.
And clearly number 4, because you go through all this stuff during the week. You know who draws the most pass interferences. We got a ref that calls a lot of pass interferences. So you try to get your best guy that draws those fouls, Ridley, on that guy, probably number 4, because he was on him a ton.
Javier Thomas.
There you go. And we're just going to take shots. We're going to run routes on you. And it all worked, and it worked in our favor because you understand the situation of what you're about to go into.
Ridley's been drawing penalties all year.
Yeah.
I mean, he has been devastating in that regard.
Because he's so tough to stay close to. So you got to grab his jersey a little bit if you want to stay close. If not, he's just going to be wide open catching the ball.
Yeah, and so the Texans got called for 1 whole penalty more than the Jags yesterday.
Yeah.
And the one they didn't get called for is the one that led to a turnover, the only turnover in the football game, to their benefit. So, but they're complaining about this?
Yeah.
All right.
Officiating, it's evergreen, man.
I mean, it really is, right? You lose, that's one of the first cards that's going to get played. You know, that's the loser's refrain. Let's go to Steve in Melbourne next up on a Victory Monday. What's up, Steve? Steve?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, we're good. What's up?
Hey, not too much. I just wanted to give a shout-out to the Jags defense, Josh Allen staying tough and rough, and everybody's complaining about, C.J. Stroud played a better game. Trevor Lawrence, come on, he had 4 40-plus yard passes. Nobody's done that in the NFL this year, not Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, or any of them like that. So just stop your griping. The Ezra Cleveland trade starting to look like a good thing that happened. I'm just happy for the defense, the way they played, the offense that beat down. My only concern is it seems like the past couple weeks, ETN might be getting a little beat up a little bit. I think maybe a little more Dearness Johnson in there just kind of spell him a little more, because I believe the other week it was a little bit of the ankle, and this week chest. Maybe just preserve him a little bit if you get what I mean.
No, I got it. Appreciate it. I by the way, I haven't heard any Jag fans complaining that C.J. Stroud outplayed Trevor Lawrence. I hear, you want to hear, I don't really give a crap what anybody says about who's better. We won the football game.
Yeah.
Right? They've got to split head-to-head. If they want to think their quarterback's better, let them think that.
Yeah.
Enjoy that from 8th place in the AFC. I don't care, honestly. I mean, it doesn't matter. Are you satisfied with the quarterback that you have? Do you think he's capable of doing everything needed to be a championship-level player? And if the answer is yes,
absolutely,
then you know what?
Let them throw for 1,000 yards in a game if they want to, as long as we win.
We got the dub. C.J. Stroud's two things can happen. They can both be good.
Yeah.
And I think they're both good.
Yeah. I think they are. Yeah. I'm disappointed that the reaction from everybody in the country coming out of that game yesterday that covers the NFL and we get to watch this for a decade.
And for a lot of people it is.
Right.
I think, and honestly,
I know the C.J. Stroud stuff is fun. Like, he's the guy that's getting pressure and running out of the pocket for 7-8 seconds and then trying to make a play downfield. I know that stuff is a lot of fun to watch. It's no less fun than your quarterback hitting his back foot and throwing it 40 yards downfield. Which is what Trevor Lawrence did several times yesterday. There's nothing wrong with either of those methods. One of them may be more pleasing to the eye to watch the guys scramble around for a few seconds and make a play. They both made plays yesterday. One of them won the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And look, could it have gone the other way? It could have.
Yeah.
In all honesty, right at the end of the game, we even mentioned it, like, the irony is, I wanted that extra 3 in the first half. But if you had the extra 3, C.J. Stroud's going for it on 4th and 12. Once they decided to roll the field goal kicker out there, I was like, good. Good. Seriously, I was more concerned that Stroud would convert a 4th and 12 and then find a way to score a touchdown and leave you with no time left and lose the game right at the end, rather than, all right, I'll take my chances in overtime, or I'll take my chances with a 58-yard field goal for a guy who's never made one from 50.
Never made it.
So, and then the Jags called the timeout, and I'm like, what are you doing?
I know. I was like, that's not icing to me. That's just giving him a little more time to, like, really get his foot stronger or something. Or to pull them off the field.
Maybe this isn't
and put the offense back on the field.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're out of timeouts.
Yeah.
And, let them come out there in scramble mode and try to kick a 58-yard field goal. Fine. I don't even care if you're all that lined up. Who cares? You still got to make that from that distance. It worked out. They won, right? Yeah. So in the end, but that, honestly, I was like, oh my God, really? I'd rather have it on the foot of that guy than I would on the arm of Stroud.
It was fun. It was a short week for us because we were only on through Wednesday, and we mentioned it on Monday last week. It's like, it's kind of a bummer, that we get the holiday this week, that we don't get to talk about this for 5 days leading in, because the importance of this game can't be overstated. It feels like a playoff matchup at the end of November for both of these teams, and it played like one.
Yep.
Like, what else could you ask for?
And our quarterback went in there, and he knew it was a big game. Everybody knew that played in that game knew it was a big game, and our quarterback went in there, matched C.J. Stroud, and then won the ball game. That means a lot. You should feel super good, super happy, super excited about your Jacksonville Jaguars, because your QB is putting the game on his shoulders and winning them for us.
All right, let's go back out to it. Gary, I'm told, is this the bank or the bank? What are we talking about?
Stadium.
It's at Stadium. All right, the bank. Gary, what's up? You're on Jaguars Today.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Hey, I wanted to give a shout-out to Cleveland on that screenplay. He was 30 yards downfield knocking people out, man. That was just phenomenal. He came in and really did a great job. I wanted to give a great shout-out to him today.
Yeah, that's a good call. And that's Gary, the book on him. He's a super athletic guy, right? And so you saw that, and, he comes in, and he hadn't played for a couple weeks up in Minnesota because of the foot issue he was dealing with, but he's used to being a starter.
Mm-hmm.
He came in, obviously didn't pout about it, got traded to a situation where, Minnesota had been playing pretty well, but he goes into a first-place team, and he was ready to go.
Yep.
Dave. And, when the call came, he went in, and you didn't notice any drop-off whatsoever. Trevor praised that offensive line, barely got touched, hardly at all yesterday. Certainly didn't get sacked. So.
Yeah, and, the caller earlier said, he wanted to give him some props too, and it looks like that trade is going to turn out to be a really good thing, especially, with Cam in the situation that he is. So, yes, to have a guy that is a, bona fide starter, a guy that, doesn't sit there and pout like you said and, is upset, I've been traded, now I'm here in Jacksonville, but he is in a really good situation. He now is getting the opportunity probably to play heading into the playoffs. So, if he is an athletic, go-get-it kind of guy, that's great. I don't remember him down the field on the screen. I wish I do because I love it now that I have a son that is an offensive lineman. So I'm always looking at the O-line now. So that great for us and great for Balky making that that decision there and bringing him here.
And that was one of the players, as a previous caller pointed out, 4 completions of 40 yards or more. 4 different guys. You had Dearness Johnson had a 42-yard reception. Farrell had the 42-yarder as well. You had the 45-yarder for Calvin Ridley and a 57-yarder right at the end of the half there for Christian Kirk as well. So a lot of chunk plays.
Yeah, man.
And Cristiano down in Brazil sent me a stat basically where Trevor has been in terms of air yards per attempt. His 2 biggest games in terms of how far the ball's traveling before it gets to the intended target. His 2 biggest games have been the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right? So they made that an emphasis. Doug Peterson talked about it prior to the Tennessee game. We need to be more conscious of driving the ball down the field. 9.5 against Tennessee. That was on average. And then 8.5 this week. He didn't have a game over 7.9 all season long. So, and San Fran was pretty low at 6.4, so it had been a dip. So they're trying to get more aggressive.
And
there.
it comes down to your offensive line. Is your offensive line giving your quarterback enough time? And you get into a game, you try to get a feel for. Well, you usually know as you're going to, like the 49ers. They've got some dogs that are getting after the quarterback. So you want to get the ball out of his hands quick. You can't do that throwing it 50 yards down the field. So in this type of game, you're like, okay, let's see what our offensive line is doing to these guys. How are they handling them? Okay, we see they're playing pretty well. Let's take some shots. And that's what happens. You get into the game, you get a feel for it, and you give your quarterback an opportunity because we got guys. We got them guys, you know what I'm saying? So they can go down there and make these plays. It's can our quarterback have enough time, feel comfortable so that he can throw the ball accurately on the field. And some of those passes, man, to Kirk, just on the money, allowing him to keep running full speed after the catch. Like those kind of things it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to see.
I agree. All right, let's take a timeout here. We'll come back. More of your reaction halfway home on a Victory Monday at 641-1010 on the All Pro Roofing phone lines, or if you want to get in on the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures, hit us up on social media or the YouTube chat. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, David Gordon, Dylan Denmark on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Ratify Credit Union, your neighborhood credit union from the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute studios. Start your week with analysis and a plate full of opinions about the weekend's games.
It's delicious.
Sink your teeth into Dandy Foods Postgame Monday on 1010XL. Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
I'm Tom Coughlin, founder of the J Fund Foundation, helping local families tackle childhood cancer since 1996. Every year we ask for your help, and every year you come through.
And I'm Dan Hicken. We're asking you to please be there November 29th for the J Fund Radiothon here on 1010XL.
If you're on Coughlin time, you can make your donation now.
Text GOAL to 243-725.
Thank you for choosing to be there for Jacksonville area families tackling childhood cancer on 1010XL.
Local 234 plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and thank you to all the members and contractors for their continued support and partnership. Together, they've helped build a stronger foundation for Jacksonville since 1901.
Enjoy spending time with your friends and families this holiday season. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Local 234. Make the right connection.
W's and L's are what it's all about in football season, and you know you want to be a winner. Well, don't forget about calling Florida Home AC at 777-4300 before all your friends come over and that AC or heating unit conks out. You'll have that L on your forehead, and that sticks. Make sure your AC can handle the heat and invite the gang over for a win. Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, with prompt and quick service to make sure you stay cool in the heat and warm in the winter.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach. Jacksonville's building a fence along the goal line. This is the Superior Fence and Rail Defensive Player of the Game. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
Josh Allen was unstoppable in H-Town. The 26-year-old linebacker tallied 5 tackles against the Texans, and he'd also have 2.5 sacks in what was a special defensive showcase. The teal and black may need to get this man in his bestest suit, as he was simply on fire on Sunday. Josh Allen is your Superior Fence and Rail's defensive player of the game.
Superior Fence and Rail knows about exceptional customer service. From the first call to the final inspection, Superior's team provides first-class care with great communication, friendly installers, and quality fence products. There's a reason why Superior is the top-rated fence company in Jacksonville. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail for your new fence today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Lee Smith here, new Executive Director of the Players Championship. It's no secret 1010 listeners have been great supporters of the Players, and we want to say thank you with some preferred pricing on your tickets for the 2024 Players. Just visit the Players Ticketmaster page and use the promo code 904 to purchase up to 4 stadium passes or Intercoastal Club tickets per day and enjoy preferred pricing. This offer is only good November 16th through the 28th. We'll see you at the Players.
Golfers, when's the last time you played Cimarron? New ownership, improved greens, fairways, and tee boxes, a new clubhouse, interior, exterior, including the Stone and Barrel Tap House, indoor-outdoor bar, live music. Practice, learn, and play program is only $59 a month. Unlimited range balls, weekly clinic from teaching professionals. Golf every day, $25 after 2 o'clock. Whether you scratch or just like getting out with your buddies, you have to try the new Cimarron Golf Club on 210.
It's See Better, Drive Safer month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Replace your worn-out wiper blades and get up to a $20 O'Reilly gift card after rebate when you purchase a pair of select wiper blades. See store for details. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades for free. Stop by your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Prosser here, and if you're having trouble selling your home before the end of the year, that's a problem. Well, I have a promise. New for 2023, and it comes from ChadandSandy.com. Your home sold, guaranteed, or they will buy it. Success stories still to come. Maybe you want maximum equity for your home, but not sure how. Well, here's how. Chad and Sandy are the only real estate expert we trust and recommend with the sale of your home. They guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. It's as simple as that. Vivian from Cambridge Estate says, I had already moved to Alabama and I needed to sell my Jacksonville home. Easier said than done. My home failed to sell with another realtor for 144 days. I finally got smart and fired my old realtor. I hired Chad and Sandy. What they say is true. My home sold in 4 days above asking price. Don't waste time and money. Hire Chad and Sandy first. How do you do that? Real easy. Call today, 904-414-6200. 904-414-6200 or go to ChadandSandy.com. ChadandSandy.com.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. I'm Molly McDonald for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Awaken 180. Florida State escapes the swamp with a victory over the Gators 24-15. The Noles finished their regular season undefeated 12-0. The Gators finished 5-7, making them ineligible for the bowl. Coach Billy Napier spoke on what is needed for them to get better next year.
Look at the teams across the country that are having success. They have veteran football teams, right? They have a number of players that have been in the program for a number of years. We need to do that. Right? We need to retain players. We need to continue to add quality players, and then we have to get better in-house at teaching, developing all parts of what we do.
The Seminoles will travel to Charlotte next Saturday to take on Louisville in the ACC Championship. It's 58 degrees at 11:03. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. He's our QB. It's a David Garrard Monday on 1010XL. Brought to you by your local Napa Auto Care Centers.
All right, we continue along here. Victory Monday. For you, the fan base, your Jacksonville Jaguars. Get an extra day to celebrate if you want to. Jags don't play again until next Monday. Oh, Sunday off. Oh, in December? What? What is going on? And it's not because of Thursday night football? Oh, okay.
Get used to it.
Monday Night Football at home. Let's get used to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could see Jacksonville-Houston being one of those games being a primetime game next year for sure, right? For sure. Somebody on the text line, Leonard Floyd has 10 sacks. Okay. Yes, Steve. Look, I still, despite the great pass rush effort yesterday, 4 sacks is really good, by the way. If you have 4 sacks, you're going to end up with, on average, you're going to end up with 68 over a 17-game season, and you'll be first, second, third in the league, right? Probably first, honestly, because Philadelphia had set a record last year, was absurd, and that's not likely to happen every year. So if you could average 4 sacks a week, that'd be great. But at this point, the die is cast, man. I mean, I'm not going to sit here. Look, they're 8-3. Everything is still possible for the Jags. Do they have enough? We'll find out. But is it possible they have enough of everything to make the ultimate run? Yeah, it's possible. So let's see before we do the full post-mortem on, what should have happened, what didn't happen, what could have happened. And I'm right there with you. We all would have done things, not everything the exact same way. But if they get to where they want to go, even if it didn't take the exact path we wanted them to take, who cares, right? Just get to the destination. The destination is the goal. But the journey, the journey's fun. Enjoy it. We're enjoying it. 8-3. Let's go to Steve out by the town center at 641-1010 on a Victory Monday. What's up, Steve? Yeah, man.
Let's get that straight right now, Mike. What's up?
What's
up?
What's up?
What's up, man? Hey, listen, real quick. So I just want to ask you guys, when you guys saw their team, the Texans, that is, going like strike for strike and scoring and doing all this other stuff, and then we never wavered. I mean, I never saw 16. He never wavered. He didn't blink. That's what he said back in the day, Dave. Don't blink. You know what I mean? Don't blink. It's all good. We're not going to be called the cardiac cats. You know what I mean? But we have to continue this momentum, in my opinion, going forward. If we play like we played over the weekend, I don't care if it's by 2 wins, 2 points, 3 points, 1 point, 17 points. Just win the game. That's it. Just win the game. Just win the game. There's been many, many times where in the past we're like, oh, we're up, and then we stop playing ball. No, just win the game. So I really like the don't blink mentality. They might not be saying that down there, but I'll tell you this, man. QB9 used to say back in the day, don't blink, brother. If you blink and you're going to miss it. I mean, let's just go. That's all I wanted to say, and I hope everybody has a blessed day. And Dave, 388, let's go.
There you go. That was pretty good, actually, right there. That did sound.
Love it.
He did. Players said after the game, Trevor had the look in his eye this week.
Yeah.
Now, I think, he got pushed a little bit because it was 2 weeks ago that he had a performance where it was like, what are you seeing out there? Out of sync, just coming out of the bye, it didn't feel right. And so, from what I understand, he got challenged a little bit internally, and he's responded big time. And look, he's still a 24-year-old guy. Is he perfect every single week? No, but he's got everything he needs.
Right. And we're seeing the guy that we saw the second half of last season again, right? That's what we're seeing right now. We thought we would be getting it from week 1 throughout the whole year, and he's going to be in the MVP conversation. Trevor Lawrence has been among the handful of the best quarterbacks in football the last 2 weeks, right? Like, that's just where he's been the last couple of weeks. They get that for the back half of the season going into the playoffs. They have the opportunity to potentially be the 1 seed in the AFC still in front of them, depending on how these last 6 games play out, right? Like, it's all right there in front of them, and your quarterback is playing as well or better than he has at any point since he got here. Like, and that look, right, when the teammates are talking about he had that look that day. Dave, you know how that is in that locker room? When you get that look and those guys are looking at you going, oh, today's going to be one of those.
Yep. You know, he's seeing the field so well. It's, in my mind, I believe the game is slowing down for him like it did the second half of last year. And for whatever reason, didn't come into the season like that. You know, I don't even know what to say, why, but he was still playing well enough, and we were still winning ball games. But you can see something in him has happened since that 49ers game, and he is now saying, you know what, I got to be better. I can't let that type of game happen anymore, and I've got to take these games and put them on my shoulders. Whether it be my legs, whether it be me throwing the ball, completing deep passes, whatever it is, I've got to do that because I have it in me and I've got the guys around me to get that done. So it's time to turn up. Like Steve said, don't blink. I'm ready. Like, let's go. And it's the perfect time of the season to be doing it. He's already been good enough in the beginning part of the season. But now, if he turns it up and he heads into the playoff playing the way that he is now, I mean, man, sky is really the limit.
All right, let's get back out to it. 641-1010. Brad out in Riverside joins us next. What's up, Brad?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Just first off to say happy Thanksgiving. Hope you all had a great weekend. Hope you all had plenty of turkey, stuffing, whatever it is that you enjoy. My question is for you, David. That play, that 2nd and 16 play where it seemed like an obvious passing down and they end up running it. They didn't get much. It appeared as though Trevor checked out of the initial play that was called. And so I'm just curious, David, what did you see or what did you think that Trevor saw that led him to check out into that running play? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, 2nd and 16 is not very many pass plays you have to get the first down, but you're thinking, okay, can we get some yards back to make 3rd down a little bit more manageable? And usually they play a cover 2, something like that, where they don't have many guys in the box, and they're covering the passes that you want to throw. So maybe we can sneak 5 or 6 yards here, make it, 3rd
manageable.
and 8, make it more manageable. And maybe we can pop one because they're not expecting a draw, that kind of thing. So I think that's probably what they drew up there. They did have a pass called, but it was a defense that, maybe they didn't like, but it was more favorable for the draw. Let's see if we can pop something, get a few yards here, and make 3rd down more manageable.
In my mind's eye, because I remember going back and watching it, because, oh my gosh, I don't know if this is the case with everybody, was CBS so far behind the radio play-by-play call. I mean, we'd be 2 full plays behind.
Oh,
we know what happened.
Yeah.
And then we got to wait for the last play, and then we could see the play. So sometimes you're getting out of sync because we're, listening to what's happening in real time, and we're watching stuff that happened in the past. But as we watch the replay of that, or maybe the play of that, it seemed to me, as I recall, like a really light box. Like there were 4 down linemen, and it looked like they had a gap between all of them. They were a little spaced out.
Yep.
And I think Trevor thought, man, if he can just pop past the initial line, maybe, like you said, you can, even if you're not going to get the first down, pick up a chunk.
Yeah, and it's usually not – he's not going off of feel. He's going off of looks. So count the box. If there's less guys, if there's, 5 or 6 guys in the box, let's hand the ball off, see if we can pop one here. Not necessarily to go get the first down, but just to make 3rd down more manageable. And it's probably the case since you said the box was super light.
All right, let's at least that to my recollection.
Yeah,
it was.
I'll go back and take a look at it and fill you guys in next week.
Let's get Tom in Arlington here on Jaguars Today. What's up, Tom?
One quick thing. We had some excitement going during the game, and everybody decided they were going to start looking for Super Bowl tickets. For anybody interested, the get-in price is $8,200. $8,200.
Here's the thing.
There is
wait. Well, it's interesting because Jag fans, never having been there, it would probably drive the price, right? You know what I mean? Like certain teams, depending on the opponent, the price fluctuates, So I don't know if it's better to grab them now, Tom, or not. But go ahead, continue.
Well, Section 116, Row 1, they're 116,000 apiece.
Oh, well, that means that seems reasonable.
I don't know what's going on in that section.
I think Shad should buy a pair and give them away on Jaguars Today. Is what should probably happen.
My question comes from what Matt Ryan said yesterday. Obviously he knows a little bit about quarterback. He seemed to think that Trevor is too quick on the RPO. This is something David could probably answer. He said he thinks a lot of times, is what it sounded like to me, that he thinks Trevor has already committed it to ETN. And I'll tell you, and I told my friend last night, Trevor hands that ball to ETN, and he gets crushed. If I was ETN, every time I saw him in the hallway, I'd be punching him in the gut because, he's getting ETN killed.
What do you think? Have you seen?
Yeah, the RPO is not for everybody. Not everybody reads it properly. Not everybody sees it properly. And if you watch somebody like Lamar, who probably runs the best out of everybody, and Hurts, they hold that ball in there for a while.
Long time.
Yeah, to make the defensive guys collapse in on the back, and then you pull it at the last second. But that's, like I said, it's not everybody. And probably in college when he ran it, he could just give the ball to ETN, knowing that, he's going to do something special with it. But these guys, man, they attack, and they're always attacking. And, yeah, if that is the situation and he's not the best at it, then don't call it as much for him. Call it in more favorable situations where he doesn't have to, read it so good. But it's not for everybody, man. It just isn't.
Yeah, I don't know. There are times when it's been effective. I've not gotten into a breakdown of that. And look, there are certainly times when he has given it to ETN, he's gotten blown up right away. But you don't know what he is seeing at that moment because no matter where the camera is, it doesn't give you the full perspective of what he's seeing. So maybe he was looking at it like out of the corner of his eye. If I pull this guy's got me dead to rights.
And that's what happens because sometimes your guy that you're reading is about to hit ETN, so you're thinking, oh, I can pull it, but then you see another guy scrape over, and he's sitting there waiting for you, so you're like, well, shoot, I'd rather ETN be taking the hits than me, and ETN is going to say the same thing to him. Look, if you don't have it, give me the ball. Mm-hmm. We need you. Like, if I go down for a game,
right,
it's way different if you're down for a game. I was a little bit of a knucklehead and kind of a thick, stronger quarterback, so if I see my running back about to get blown up, well, I'm trying to pull it because I think I have enough juice in me to make something happen, and that's not always the case.
If you started getting ready now, when we get to the Super Bowl, if we needed you for like 3 tush pushes just to run that.
Tush push.
You could do the tush push. Right? You're built for that.
I am built for that, 100%.
All right, so we get 3 tush pushes. That's it.
That's it.
3 short yardage conversions, and we'll guarantee we'll convert 2 out of 3.
Please don't make me run around anywhere.
Oh, no.
I'm going to collapse on the field.
And actually, we're going to run 2. You're going to convert on the third one. We're gonna run a trick play out of that, but you don't have to run anywhere. You just do your thing. So you got a couple of months to get ready.
I can't even train for it. I'm just letting you guys know because I'll get hurt training.
All right, well then don't. Just be ready.
Just be
for
ready.
The call,
okay.
February 11th. All right, we'll come back.
My diet a little bit.
More reaction here on a Victory Monday from you, the Jaguar fan base at 641-1010 on the All Pro Roofing phone lines. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Listen to this. Do you have unused funds in your HSA or FSA accounts? Why not put those pre-tax dollars to their best use? That's your health. Awaken 180 is an approved expense for HSA and FSA plans thanks to its recognized health and medical benefits Awaken 180 delivers. And remember, those unused dollars might vanish at year's end, so let's make those extra pounds disappear instead. You could be thinking, you know what? I'm past Thanksgiving, but I'm going to wait until after the December holidays to start Awaken 180. But here's the thought. The program is designed for real life. Holidays included, and with Awaken 180, you can enjoy celebrations, cocktails, even those holiday feasts, all while losing weight. Don't wait for the new year to make a change. Use your HSA or FSA funds now for something truly impactful, your health. I made it through Thanksgiving, still rocking it in the 220s thanks to Awaken 180. Call them to get your solution for weight loss at 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Jaguars Today Monday
on 1010XL
is brought to you by Ratify Credit Union, your neighborhood credit union from the JOI Studios. He's got an analytical eye and a country state of mind.
Their approach is always going to be they're going to mix in man coverage because that's what they do.
Check the Tape Tuesday with Jeff Logan on Jaguars Today is brought to you by Mr. Sparky of the First Coast on 1010XL.
Looking for the perfect holiday gift? Alhambra tickets are always the right size and color, and no one ever returns them. With shows like Wedding Singer, Oklahoma, Gypsy, and Escape to Margaritaville, the 2024 season will be a great one. Every performance includes an award-winning dinner and free parking. Get gift certificates online at alhambrajax.com. Call 904-641-1212 or at the box office. The Alhambra Theater and Dining, the perfect holiday gift.
Are you a business owner looking to grow, sell, acquire, or even go public with your company? Need help to find funding or business partners? Otterson Wealth Advisors will evaluate your company and provide the guidance that's right for you and your business needs. Maybe you're ready for retirement and need a succession plan for your business. Let Otterson Wealth Advisors guide you through the process. Visit OttersonAdvisors.com. Otterson Wealth Advisors, your goals, our expertise. Raymond James Associates, Inc., member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
Unleash automotive excellence at Osteen Volkswagen of Jacksonville. Osteen Volkswagen is not just about cars, it's 27 years of family-owned operation and community. Visit Osteen Volkswagen today on Phillips Highway and at OsteenVW.com.
This holiday season, Famous Automotive and Tire is offering a buy 3, get 1 free sale on all new tire sizes and brands, plus all shocks and struts. Visit the shop for details. Then buy 3, get 1 free at Famous Automotive and Tire, servicing every customer like they're famous.
Watching the Gators can be gut-wrenching. I'm Hayes Carline. Listen for my instant reaction, brought to you by 5 Star Pizza, bigger, better, faster pizza on 1010XL social channels.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about enjoying your life. So often we can go through life trying to make a living instead of making a life. Yes, it's good to be goal-oriented, but let me encourage you today that our days are numbered. We're not promised tomorrow, so go out and take time to be with your family. You'll always have your work, but you won't always have your family.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
These fall months are the perfect time to make sure that your roof has not been damaged after the storm season. So schedule a complimentary roof inspection with Universal Roof and Contracting. And right now, get 15% off your roof replacement and repairs. Plus, there's flexible financing options available. This offer expires November 30th and restrictions apply. Universal Roof and Contracting, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com.
It's a primetime showdown you don't want to miss when your Jaguars take on the Bengals. This highly anticipated Monday night matchup is also our My Cause, My Cleats game, when your favorite players get to champion causes close to their hearts by wearing custom-designed cleats. Plus, don't forget to wear your darkest gear to help us black out the stands and defend the bank. A limited number of seats do remain, so head to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000.
Electricians, innovators, and tech enthusiasts, listen up. Miller Electric is shaping the future, and we want you to be a part of it. From healthcare and data centers, corporate offices, aviation, and industrial facilities, Miller Electric is powering the most exciting projects in Jacksonville and beyond. We offer not just a job, but a thrilling career with great pay and incredible benefits. Visit us at millercareers.com to apply. Miller Electric, where your skills meet our vision and equal opportunity employer.
Winter in Jacksonville is mild,
but you still want your furnace or heat pump at its best.
Imagine a cold home when your heater isn't up to the task. Don't be left in the cold.
Call Duck Duck Air Conditioning, your go-to mechanical contractor for top-notch HVAC services across Northeast Florida.
Let us keep you warm and cozy. Contact Duck Duck Air Conditioning at 904-862-6769.
Duck Duck Air Conditioning. Your comfort is our priority. 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckac.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Back here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today on 1010XL with David Garrard. Brought to you by your local Napa Auto Care Centers.
Jaguars fans, your thoughts here on Jaguars Today. We're back, ready to roll. 641-1010. How you doing over there? You still good?
I don't
Everything
know, man.
good?
I thought it was music, and that wasn't music.
All right. Playing a little hacker there.
Oh,
Previously
good
recorded kind of thing. Everything good? Everybody else good?
We're all good.
All right.
All good, yeah.
It's 23 after the hour. We'll continue on until noon, and we'll get out of here. And we'll hand it off to XL Primetime, but it is Victory Monday. It'll be Victory Tuesday. It'll be Victory Week all week long is what it will be. As, Friday, Tony, you won't be here, I'm hearing. You'll be down in Miami, right, for bowls?
Heading down to Miami. Yeah, they're taking on Miami Norland in a Final Four matchup. For the Bulldogs. They got the win on Friday night down in Orlando over Bishop Moore, so they move on to the Final Four. Coach Toblin, his 5th year in the program there at Bowles, his 5th appearance in the Final Four. Hadn't won the state championship yet, but he's played for a couple. He'll try to play for a third if he can get a win this year.
All right. I like it. T-Mac will be in on Friday. It won't be keys to victory because, it'll be a whole different set of circumstances.
Will,
we got a whole, everything.
How do we do this?
I don't know.
What is Monday Night Football like on Jaguars Today?
I don't know. We've done Thursday night shows, but, Monday Night Football's a little bit different. So, hey, we'll be previewing next week, Dave.
Do I get to be here for that?
You do actually get to be here.
I did not even think
Why
about
not?
that.
Why wouldn't you be here?
You better have your keys for a victory
I
ready.
will absolutely have my keys.
Have a list. We like to go around the table. All right, let's get back out to it, man. They're waiting patiently, so let's pay them off. Miguel in Fleming Island is next up. What's up, Miguel?
Hey, what's up, guys? I want to hit a Anyway, hey, just wanted to give a shout-out to my brother-in-law. I know he's listening, Juan, in Fleming Island, big Jags fan. But just wanted to mention something that flashed in my head. I've been watching games since, 95, been watching everybody, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. There was a point in the game, I don't know if y'all noticed, which you probably did, where Trevor threw the ball between two guys, and it was a fastball right to Ridley.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm sure you saw that play.
Yeah.
But that play was amazing. It reminds you of those guys, not scared to throw the ball because the accuracy is right there. But I'll leave you on the line. Let's have a great week. Let's win Monday Night Football and all the rest of the games. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Miguel. That was one that it was as if the ball disappeared and rematerialized behind the defender's back. I mean, it was what?
Yeah.
Did it go through a man's body on that? I mean, Trevor, obviously, he threw one earlier this season to Ridley. Remember, made the two defenders run into each other?
Yeah.
They're like,
that was week one.
They're like 2 feet away from each other, and and the ball, that thing gets on you, man, and you got to be ready for it. And that's like, the people were talking about, when the ball went off Tank Bigsby's hands against San Fran, it was a fastball. That's what he throws. He throws fastballs, okay? Be prepared to catch a fastball because Trevor's going to put some mustard on that thing. But, he does have the confidence to zip it in there. And it's probably, Dave, what we've talked about, why he doesn't take off and run on those 2nd and 7s because he's thinking, I could get 5, I could get 12. I get 30 on this one here, though. And he has the confidence, and look, what do we want? We want a guy who's head up, eyes down the field, still ready to make plays, and have the ability, and he's got all that. So you got to live with the decision-making. Sometimes you get a little too much caught up in the arm ego, and, other times you're going to make plays that few people on the planet can make.
Yeah, you just want a quarterback that is willing to wheel and deal. Whatever it is, if I got to throw a fastball, if I've got to fit a ball in small spaces, I can do it all. And that's the whole generational talk that we had is because he can do that. He can do it all. And now that he is using his legs and getting them into motion too, he is going to be a dangerous QB because his confidence is just continuing to grow. And that's what we want, because when you get in those tight situations, you know your receivers will make those plays for you regardless of who's on them.
All right, before we go around the league here, I want to get this in. Look where Chuck is calling from. Cartersville, Georgia.
Hey, here we go.
Welcome, Chuck, to Jaguars Today. What's up?
Hey, good morning, guys. How's everybody?
Everybody's good. How are you?
Good, sir. Just a quick observation I just wanted to get a little feedback on. Obviously, I had the opportunity to follow Trevor through his high school career. I think I went to I might have missed 3 games and, followed him through Clemson as well. But what I wanted to get your opinion on was, through high school, they were so dominant. He only played about half the game, maybe in 90% of his high school starts. Same thing at Clemson, for 3 years that he was there. Most of those games, he only played a half of game because they were, blowing out ACC teams. So do you think that, that has something to do with, some of the, late blooming, maybe the inconsistencies and, the confidence you're talking about now is starting to, mature a little bit?
I think it's a great question, great observation. I think it's quite possible, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what did Doug Peterson say yesterday after the game? Gritty, not pretty, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how they won the football game. That's maybe the identity that they're kind of developing, as Trevor said a few weeks ago, analysts, whatever. We're just going to find a way to win every week. And, yeah, I mean, not that it was easy. It was easy because Trevor was so much better than everybody,
Yes.
right? It was easy because of him. It wasn't like, oh, we're just going to not try to tackle you. It's just that you're so much better than us. We can't stop you. And, yeah, and now you get to this level.
Yeah.
No matter how damn good you think you are, no matter how good you actually are, there's a bunch of guys who are just as good across the line of scrimmage at what they do. So, yeah, I think there could be something to learning how to grit your way,
Yeah.
and play from a comeback position or be in these games that go back and forth. When he was at Clemson, he was rolling people a lot of the time, no question.
Yeah, the combination of Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne seems to be a winning combination, right?
Right.
It was a winning combo at Clemson. It remains one in the NFL.
It does, but it hasn't been like just
You're not
just
gonna
add water and we're like
you're not going to clown teams in the NFL like you do in the ACC.
Hey, look, C.J. Stroud's come in throwing for more yards than anyone in the history of the league through 11 games, right? Before that, it was Herbert.
Yeah.
That has not been Trevor's statistical path, and that's fine. Again, I'm not trading him. I'm keeping him. I got 16 for the duration, and I'll roll with that. And but, yeah, I think there could be something to – not that it came easy to him. It came easy because of him. His performance made it easy, and you just can't expect that week to week.
Yeah, and you get into the league, and then you realize, wow, everybody's good
They're
now.
all damn good.
Yeah, so I've got to be on my game. In college, especially high school, you can be off your game a little bit and still complete, 90% of your passes because DBs might be a kid that, I'm not that good, but I'm out here because I'm the only one that can play out here. So and you get to college, and yes, you can still be better than the other defense because they might not have enough guys that are at your level. But when you get to the NFL, not only do you have guys that are guys, you got coaches that will scheme the mess out of you and figure out what your flaws are and attack your flaws. And then that's where you have to be as a quarterback. You have to understand your flaws and get better every day and get better and better. He didn't have to always work on getting better with his flaws in college and that kind of stuff because he was just already good. Now you've got to make sure that you're on your game in crunch time, on third downs, in the red zone where we struggled for most of the season. So these are areas where, like I say, the game is starting to slow down for him, and he is starting to just execute, putting the ball in places where he should.
All right. Apparently other teams play in this league, and Tony's going to tell you about a few of them.
Now, Gems Around the NFL, brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
I'll keep it quick so we can keep the party going. The Carolina Panthers have fired head coach Frank Reich 11 games into his first season in Carolina after a 1-10 start. Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garrett was seen in a sling after their game yesterday in the locker room, said that he felt something pop in his shoulder. He will be undergoing an MRI today to determine the extent of any injury he may have suffered. And free agent linebacker Shaquille Leonard has a visit with the Dallas Cowboys scheduled for tomorrow.
Yeah, everybody seems to think heading into the weekend that's where he would end up, and so be it. My feeling is he probably doesn't have it anymore. I don't think a team in the Colts position, which is now the 7th spot in the AFC, the Colts are a playoff team as of today, and you've swept them. And I don't think they're giving up a guy that's meant as much to that franchise if they thought he still had it. But anyway, that's their concern, not our concern right now. Can we get the Colts on the schedule a few more times this year? That would be fantastic.
That would be nice.
All right, if you're on the line and if you're patient and hold through the break, we will get you on the other side. I promise you to at least the 3 doing that right now at 641-1010 on the All-Pro Roofing phone lines on a Reaction Monday, Victory Monday. Jags win for the 8th time in 11 games. First place in the AFC South, number 3 seed overall in the AFC, and the chance to control at least climbing up to number 2 if they continue to win. Can't control what happens with Kansas City, but let's find out. Let's just go beat Cincinnati next Monday. But let's celebrate it today. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today Monday
on 1010XL
is brought to you by Ratify Credit Union, your neighborhood credit union.
from the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute studios.
JOI, where the pros go. From the big hit, the ball comes out, to the clutch catch. Performance Painting presents the high performance play of the game on 1010XL. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
The biggest, baddest rock experience in the United States is here. Welcome to Rockville with Foo Fighters. It's times like these, Motley Crue. Slipknot. Disturbed. Jelly Roll. Limp Bizkit. Queens of the Stone Age, and Breaking Benjamin, Evanescence, Cypress Hill, Blackville Brides, A Day to Remember, Anthrax, In This Moment, Primus, Stone Temple Pilots, Tech 9, and Judas Priest, plus so many more. Welcome to Rockville. 4 days, 5 stages, and 150 bands. May 9th through the 12th at Daytona International Speedway. Passes and camping on sale now at welcometorockville.com.
Let John Smith Subs be your first choice for huge, mouth-watering subs and sports talk. Because John Smith Subs doesn't play games with flavor, so every visit feels like a championship celebration. Experience the thrill of the grill with specialty subs like the famous steak bomb and the gator with chicken, steak, bacon, kielbasa, and a little swamp sauce. Plus a full lineup of cold and hot deli subs, including the best Cuban in Duval. Bring your big mouth to John Smith Subs on Hodges and JTB.
Hey folks, if you want to add value to your home without breaking the piggy bank, Shark Coatings offers multiple finance options to meet your budget. Like a smaller garage for as low as $45 per month, or a standard 2-car garage around $58 a month. And a 4-car driveway with a walkway is only $82 a month. Of course, each property is unique and our design consultants can give you exact pricing for your project. But here's a way to only spend a little each month for the Shark Coatings your concrete floors need now. Shark Coatings, we're ready when you are.
Tailgaters Parking is ready for football. Tailgaters proudly offers game day parking. Arrive 4 hours before kickoff and enjoy indoor restrooms, Growler's full-service bar and grill, and easy access in and out. Visit tailgatorsparking.com.
He'll satisfy your hunger for a good football story.
I'm former Pro Bowl offensive lineman Leon Searcy. Listen for my stories doing Lunch with Leon.
Brought to you by the Sausage Dudes. Sausage with a purpose. Lunch with Leon. Weekdays on 1010XL.
Hey, this is Jason with Bueller Air Conditioning. Why do we love to go to that awesome grocery store where shopping is a pleasure? Why do we choose that amazing chicken sandwich where the service is fast and friendly and it's always their pleasure? You see, those brands are a promise. Here at Bueller Air, our team is committed to serving the customer and delivering that same kind of brand promise. Our mission is to be the most trusted brand with friendly and professional service every single time. Give us a call today or visit BuellerAir.com.
Hayes Carline here. Rediscover the joy of hearing. Dr. Douglas Green and their expert team is offering a Here for the Holidays discount off hearing aids in December near Town Center. Visit Jacksonville Hearing and Balance or jhbi.org for a free consultation.
Jacksonville is a great place to live. And if you love where you live, you should invest in it. That's why more and more people bank with One-to-One Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union. We invest every penny back into North Florida, backing the very best small businesses, nonprofits, and of course the family home. Why put your money with some big out-of-state bank when you can invest in where you love to live? One-to-One Financial, we're your hometown credit union. Sign up today at one-to-one-fcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey gang, Prosser here for Chad and Sandy. When it comes time to sell your home, those are the names you need to remember. Maybe you think you have a problem related to selling your home. Well, I can give you a promise. New for 2023, your home sold, guaranteed, or they will buy it at chadandsandy.com. I've got plenty of proof of the successes to tell you about. Maybe you need more space for your office or growing family. Well, Chad and Sandy are the only real estate experts I trust and recommend with the sale of your home. Okay, Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price at a deadline, or they will buy it. Jordan and Victoria live on the north side. They say, we wanted to move to a more family-friendly home with land and be close to our parents. We were ready to move, but anxious the market would move slow. Not for Chad and Sandy. Our home sold in 5 days for full asking price. Call the only agents we trust and guarantee. Call 904-414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com. That's ChadAndSandy.com.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. Youth sports are getting back into full swing, so you know what that means. Custom Yetis so dads can keep their beer or sodas cold. Check them out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Hi, this is Travis Cummings of the Bailey Group, and I specialize in working with medium and large companies to ensure their employees get the best benefits possible.
This is John Gall from Borland Groover, and our job is to provide exceptional care for our patients, and Travis Cummings from the Bailey Group has the same goal: to provide exceptional benefits and coverage for everyone at Borland Group.
Businesses on the First Coast. Call me, Travis Cummings, at 461-1800, and I'll make sure your employees are well taken care of.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
This is Dr. James Perry, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
The Jags are in the driver's seat for the AFC South after their 24-21 victory over the Texans. Coach Peterson praises his team on being able to battle for 4 quarters and come out with the win in Houston.
You know, you take every win and every loss, humbly, and that's what we got to do. I mean, it's a great win for our team. Yeah, it puts us a few games up, and that was our goal this week, obviously. But our guys battled for 60 minutes. We knew it was going to be a tough football game. It's a really good football team here in Houston that plays tough, plays hard, and plays to the end. And our guys we're learning how to finish, and really proud of our guys for the way they hung in there today.
Doug Peterson, courtesy of Jaguars.com. I'm Molly McDonald with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars Update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville, he's still throwing passes. It's a David Garrard Monday on 1010XL. Brought to you by your local Napa Auto Care Centers.
Johnson puts it down. There's the kick. The 58-yard field goal it hits the crossbar and is no good. It hit the crossbar and came back.
Pocket stuck that microphone right up by the crossbar.
right up there.
He was right there. You didn't see him. He was holding that thing, little handheld recorder. Good job, Pockets.
Yeah,
appreciate that. On the case, our man. Travis Etienne, man. I hope he's okay. 2.8 yards a carry. This is an issue for the Jags going forward. I'm happy with the win. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Love it. And if they can keep winning, I don't care what the stats say. But 2.8, 3.7, 3.9, 3.3, 3.8, 3.1. Those are the last 6 games for Travis Etienne. Went 5.2 against the Bills. Prior to that, 2.8 against Atlanta. 4.6 versus Houston the first time So that's a big step down, right?
Yeah.
That's a yard and a half less, more than a yard and a half less. So it's hadn't been great.
No.
You know?
But I think it says something about where they are from a play calling perspective, David, that they're staying committed to it, right? Like Etienne's having that kind of game yesterday. He still got 20 carries, right, in that football game yesterday. They're staying committed to trying. Now his best runs were late in the football game, which isn't a big surprise. You played with a couple guys who both wanted the ball 20 times a game, right? Like it was, give me the ball, I'll be your guy in the fourth quarter, right? Like that's when you're going to see it show up, and they're at least willing to keep trying that in the offense right now, and it's paying dividends. The pass game has looked really good the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, so I got two things. To start, the reason why it really is a problem, weather's going to start getting terrible as the season goes on.
No doubt.
And you're not just going to be able to sling it all over the place and freezing rain, snow, all that kind of stuff. So that's where you want to be able to lean on your run game a little bit more. Second thing, my wife brought this to me. Somebody was commenting, why do they keep running Etienne up the middle? He's not going anywhere. Well, you want to keep at it, like you said. First of all, you want to keep doing it because it makes your linebackers come down. And if you want to have any kind of play action behind the linebackers, you've got to be willing to at least continue to attempt to run the ball in the middle. You don't want to just run wide all the time. That's harder to do. So those things have to happen. You still got to stay after the run because Etienne is a guy who hits his head on the wall, hits his head on the wall, finds a crease and gets you 20. Like those things will happen, but you've got to stay with it. How many times do we talk about, what was our running back's name here the last few years? James, I think.
James Robinson?
James Robinson.
Yeah.
How many times do we say, why do they not hand the ball to James Robinson? Why do they get away from? You don't want to get away from the run, even when it's not really working, but you got to stick with it, especially when you got a guy like Etienne who can hit a crease, who can get a big play, even though it hasn't worked all game, especially late when those guys are getting a little tired, they're getting a little worn down, and you got a back that still has the speed to outrun everybody.
All right, let's get through these last rack of calls here at 641-1010. Let folks sound off on a Reaction Monday, Victory Monday. Tyrone on the north side. What's on your mind, Tyrone?
Yes, y'all took my comments. ETN is what I was focusing on. You know, other teams know that ETN is the key to one of the keys to our offense, so they want to try to shut ETN down. You know, so that's what my key is as far as ETN. And as far as Trevor and that look, yesterday when he threw the interception, but it's because of the holding. But when they did their little fancy little celebration in the end zone after he scored that touchdown, and they, you know, when they put that camera on Trevor was mad, and right then I said, they in trouble. And after that ball hit Doink, I could breathe then.
Yeah, we could all. Thank you, Tyrone. Appreciate it, man. Look, I'll just say this about I don't want to get bogged down. We got to get through these last few calls. Everybody wants to take away your star players, right? But you can't if you're good enough at what you like. You know, if your offensive line is blowing open holes, they can want to do it all they want, but we're not there. We don't have the ability right now to impose the run game will on other teams. You know, hopefully that'll change and it'll improve as the season goes on. We will see. But thank you, Tyrone. Let's get David in Jacksonville Beach next up. What's up, David?
I have a question for David about the scramble play. So how much of that is practice and how much of that is just free-for-all backyard ball? I mean, it seems like when you have a quarterback like Stroud who can scramble, you know, the receivers would go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm supposed to be you know, in this spot in that many seconds. If the ball's not out, then 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm supposed to be in spot B. And if you have a team who knows a quarterback can scramble and is practicing that, that could be effective. So, you know, how much of that is practice or how much of that is just random? And
all right, David, we got to.
Yeah, so it is practiced, and just like in games, a play breaks down. You got to break down the play in practice. You want to hit your back foot and throw it on point every time, but it's not the way the game is played. So receivers know where they are on the field. If you're a deep guy, you're supposed to go to a certain level. A short guy goes to a certain level, and the guys hit the sideline, and they create themselves to get open. It is a way that they do it, but it's not, oh, I'm this guy, so I've got to go to my spot. It's not like that. It's just wherever you are on the field, you stay in that level or you take off and go deep. Short guy, you got to have guys at all the different levels, and they understand it when they're running a certain play.
All right, thank you, David. We got to move along here to Kevin in Savannah up next. Go ahead, Kevin.
All right, thank you, guys. Just a couple of quick observations. Last two games, seems like we're getting to the line of scrimmage sooner, giving the offense, Trevor especially, a chance to look over the defense, see what might be available. That is the most separation I've seen in almost a year and a half from our receivers. It was amazing. I don't know what the reason was, but it was good. And I also want to ask David real quick, when the Texans went for it on fourth down, gave us the ball back just under 8 minutes, we're snapping the ball with 10 seconds on the play clock. They had already burned a timeout. The Texans only had 2 timeouts left. Is that too early to run go ahead and run the clock down to 2 seconds, the play clock, and let's start burning some of that clock. But I didn't see that, and that kind of disappointed me. I was yelling at the screen.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 minutes left to go. You're playing ball. You're just playing just like how you've been playing. So if you're going quick, you're going quick. You're not trying to get in a hurry up, but you're not bleeding the clock down. That's a 4-minute drill. So
yeah, 8 minutes a lot of time. You can go score, they score, so many things can happen.
Yeah.
You might be the one that needs the time at the end when you have 8 minutes left.
It's a one-score game still at that point. You're trying to get the ball in the end zone.
100%.
But that's the game you're playing.
There are times, though, that I
like
do
running
wish.
it down to 10 seconds is what you should be doing, right? Worrying about running it to 2 is a little bit too
right.
far.
But, if you run it too far down, the other team's going to jump the snap because you've got to snap. Like, when it gets to 1, they're coming. And
8 minutes left to go in the game, you're still playing ball just like the game is wherever it is. I mean, if you're blowing somebody out, you might be running the ball more, but you're playing ball with 1 score.
I think we all agree, though, there are times when you watch quarterback play, and it could be at NFL level, college level, whatever, and you're like, what are they doing here? Like, snapping it with, 17 seconds left. You know what I mean? When you really are trying to run the clock, and sometimes it just boggles your mind how clock management goes out the window.
The coach will have something to do with that, too, because he'll give you the play a little bit later so that he is eating up some of the play clock.
Right.
So that you're not getting up there and you're just stagnant at the line of scrimmage, which is the worst thing to do.
Yeah, because then you rock.
Yeah,
and
you're not in rhythm.
False start. All right, Matthew in Jacksonville Beach, you get the last word. What's up?
Hey, I just wanted to say congratulations, Jags. It was a huge win. And to David, over Thanksgiving, my mom had saved a newspaper article from a cooking competition that he was in and made a buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That was the most amazing buffalo chicken dip I've ever ate.
You're welcome.
Well, there you go.
It was Rachel Ray I was on.
You're a giver.
Yeah.
You are a giver. My wife used to watch Rachel Ray religiously back in the day. So
Buffet Killer knows what's up.
Oh, my man. Are you kidding me?
100.
He's not giving you the good stuff either. That's coming out in the cookbook one day. You have to wait for that one. All right. Jags win. First place. Everything's good for the most part. We're fingers crossed for the health of Cam Robinson and Travis Etienne to some extent as well. But right now, it's time to pass the baton to XL Primetime.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Tire Outlet. Keeping 1010XL rolling with wholesale prices and premium service. Tire Outlet, Jacksonville's largest locally owned automotive repair shop.
Big Sirs in the house.
Gentlemen, how you doing? David, good to see you.
Yes, sir. You
Had
too.
a great Thanksgiving, did you?
Oh, man, it was great.
Outstanding.
Yes, sir.
Who's not happy right now?
We're all
Come
happy.
on now.
We're all
happy.
jolly. Yeah, we had a great time.
We all come together. Even the guys with the U on their shirt, you can get along. We can get
Oh,
along
absolutely.
during these times.
Listen,
it's nice.
I celebrate Florida State's win. 12-0, that's a hell of an accomplishment.
It's not bad. But, I mean, that's not what today's about. Today for us,
it's about the Jags, baby.
It's about the first place.
There you go.
AFC South leading.
We are.
Currently third in the AFC playoff picture. Jacksonville Jaguars at 8-3. Leon, I know you're going to be obviously reflecting on it, but just in how big was this game? Was it a sense of relief for you afterwards, a sense of accomplishment, watching them finish it off? How'd you feel?
Well, I felt good that the team answered the bell. In big games, this was a big game. This was for the division lead. If the Texans win this game, they're literally 2 games ahead of us as far as the tiebreaker goes.
Well,
yeah,
as far as the
tiebreakers is 2-0.
They'd have to head-to-head
absolutely,
tiebreaker.
absolutely.
Yes.
So Jaguars had to win this game. And in big games against the Chiefs and the 49ers, I mean, they didn't answer the bell. They kind of squandered their opportunity. I think this time they showed improved, and they came away with it. It's not easy. Listen, David's been in this league long enough. I played 11 years in the league. Go 6-0 on the road in the NFL.
Crazy.
It's a hell of an accomplishment.
Yep.
It absolutely is a hell of an accomplishment because it's a different mindset going on the road when you have the comfort of being at home. So, because usually when you're in the NFL, you say win all your games at home, split the away games, and then you'll make the playoffs. More like this team is in reverse. They're winning all the road games,
right?
And then they're 500 at
and
home.
we're fighting to get home field advantage.
And we're exactly. For what? Exactly. So right now we're in reverse, but it's all good. This team is a lot of people don't want to talk about it. Everybody wants to talk about the 49er loss and how it was a devastating loss. But this team right now is what, 7-1 in 8 games, or 6-1?
7-1.
Yeah, 7-1 in the last 8.
Absolutely,
Yep.
7-1 in the last 8. So that's a hell of an accomplishment. This is a hot team. Only reason why we're not getting their attention, I'm good for that, is because it's Jacksonville. If this was any other team,
but haven't you heard the refs in the league want us to win now? That they have it in for the other opponents.
I know.
Isn't that the best?
That's the best.
It is the freaking best, man.
Man, cry me a river.
Unbelievable.
Listen, if you got an issue, I say go get a tissue. That's what
There
I
you
say.
go.
to Houston.
All right, Leon, hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
I
as
did.
well.
I
And
did.
What else you have coming up today on the program?
Oh, well, we've got interviews. Mia's got interviews from the locker room from the game, and we're going to talk Jaguars all day.
You know it, baby. All right, Leon.
You got it, baby.
Good to see you. There
Good
you
to
go.
see you.
Jags
All right.
in first place. See you a week from today as we get ready for Monday Night
Oh
Football.
my gosh.
Love it.
Man, this last year, since halfway through last season till right now, right? Like they exercised some of those demons with the Tennessee Titans last week of the regular season last year. You're still in the race for a Lombardi between those two. It's never going to not sting a little bit till you get a Lombardi before they do, right?
No doubt.
That's the finish line with that particular rivalry. Houston has owned the Jacksonville Jaguars. The biggest game in the series history was played yesterday in their building. The Jaguars won, right? Big moment for this football
If I'm dreaming, please don't wake me up.
Please don't. I see a lot of the hardcore Jaguar Twitter people just going is this my life? Is this real?
That's what I just said. If
right?
I'm dreaming,
exactly,
please don't
right.
wake me up.
Is exactly what you're talking about, right? Hey, this is it's not over. Ultimately, the big prize is the big prize, right? And anything short of that is a disappointment on some level. But we're not there yet. Hasn't been determined. Let's enjoy the ride for now, at the very least, 8-3, and we're going to blow the roof off the NFL world next Monday night, and we're going to beat that Jake Browning ass is what we're going to do here in Duval County.
He
don't want
ain't ready for that
anything
smoke.
of what's coming.
He ain't ready for that smoke.
And you know what, Joe Burrow, sorry for you. You could have got some too, but, you got to tough it out and show up. But we'll be there next Monday. And, look, not his fault he got hurt, but that's the way it goes. And I ain't going to feel sorry for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Nope,
all right,
not a moment.
That does it for us today. Good to see you, DG.
Yes, sir.
See you next week on we're angling for a victory Tuesday next week. But in the meantime, appreciate you, Tony Smith, and, of course, Dylan Denmark as well. Good job on the Open Today Pockets.
Appreciate it.
I have a feeling we might hear that one once or twice more.
Oh, yeah.
As the week goes on.
Absolutely.
And it's our man Holiday, man. Anytime he calls, gives them the spark that they need to get the job done in a big situation. The spirit of the saber-toothed tiger and the Kodiak bear, both on display yesterday in Houston. That'll do it for us. For Jaguars Today, stick around. XL Primetime is next here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Look, the saber-toothed tiger is live and well, and I'm trying to tell you right now, they done pissed off the wrong quarterback. T-Law been to show the new rookie that his time is not yet.
Jaguars Today Monday on 1010X.